Hello, and welcome to Mahr's Product of the Month webinar. Today we're going to be talking about the MarCal 16 EWRi Integrated Wireless Caliper with iStick. I'm your presenter, George Schutz, Director of Precision Gauges here in Providence, Rhode Island. And if you have any questions during the presentation, use the chat feature and I will respond to your question after the webinar by email. Thanks again for attending, and let's begin. Today we're going to learn about the MarCal 16 EWRi Wireless Caliper Kit, which is on promotion. We'll talk about what it is, its features, why you need it. I will give you some technical data, talk about some of the accessories and other products that are similar to the MarCal product line, look at some of the applications, and just to talk about the special value being the product of the month. Well, as you know, Mahr offers a complete suite of hand tools. We have digital calipers and depth gauges, digital indicators, digital micrometers. And most of these are featured in our Mahr Light promotional flyers. All of these products are of a new design. They've been redone recently and have some of the latest features in them. They're all feature packed. And I think they're a great looking product line. They're all high quality and meant to be used out on the shop floor at the point of manufacture. And I think by looking at the Mahr Light's promotional flyer, you'll see that the prices are at or lower than many of our major competitors. So I feel that we're a leader in low cost and transparent wireless data transfer. We have the lowest cost receiver and free MarCom wireless integrated software, which we'll take a look at a little bit later. So when I say that we have a complete line of hand tools, I think it's a complete line of hand tools with 185 innovative products. 68 of them are integrated wireless. And whether they be digital calipers or digital depth gauges, digital indicators, or the new digital micrometer line, they're all modern looking, full feature, and ready to be used at the point of manufacture. And looking at the basic caliper, our standard calipers are going for $111, which is at or lower than the major brands of digital calipers. And I think you'll find the same is true with the wireless products, digital indicators, and the digital micrometers, with a great line of new innovative products. Now, specifically today, we're going to be talking about the MarCal line of digital calipers. Here's just a sampling, a broad overview of the various calipers that we have. We have a 16ER, which is our basic caliper. It comes without output. There's no IP rating on this version. It has the Mahr reference integration built into it, so you don't have to re-zero every time you use it. And these calipers come in 0 to 6 or up to 0 to 12-inch versions. A version of the 16ER is available with the wired Mahr Connect type of output. These are calipers or our digital indicators or our micrometers have one connection on the product, and you as the user choose the type of format you want to have simply by using the cable that's available. So you can use a USB output, you can use a Digimatic output, or you can get RS-232 out of our Mahr Connect versions of calipers. For the 16 EWRi, this is our integrated wireless caliper, the one that's on promotion this month. And this has the wireless transmitter built in. It's an IP67 rated caliper, and it's really meant to be used at the point of manufacture. These come in, again, 0 to 6 and 0 to 12-inch versions. We have a basic 16 EWR, which is a waterproof caliper IP67 with the wired Mahr Connect version. Again, these come in 0 to 6 through 0 to 12-inch options. And then for our specialty calipers, the 16 EWRi V or RV is a caliper that has interchangeable contacts. So this is a set that you can buy which has contacts for getting into grooves or with pointed contacts or parallel line contacts. It comes with depth gauges and so forth. So it's a very universal caliper that is available with the Mahr Connect or integrated wireless interface. These come in a 0 to 8-inch capacity. Then we have a line of specialty calipers. These are our 16 EWR-X, and that X represents the type of caliper that it is. So these are specialty calipers that can be carbide tip or ceramic tip. There's versions available for scribing, for measuring key seats. There's pointed jaws versions, adjustable jaw versions, jaws for measuring center distance, jaws available specifically for IDs and ODs, and there's a wall thickness version. So there's a full line of specialty calipers that are available for any application. And then we have some large, really machine shop type calipers that can go up to 40 inches. These are a Mahr Connect version only. They're rated IP65. They have lightweight aluminum frames, which makes them easy to move around and measure these very large products that you might have. So today we're going to just specifically talk about the product of the month, which is the 16 EWRi, the caliper that has integrated wireless. And the one that's on special this month is the 0 to 6-inch version. Let's take a quick overview of the MarCal 16 EWRi and some of its features. Well, you can see this is a new modern looking type of caliper. It's fresh, has a nice large display. You can get it with or without a thumb wheel version. This has the integrated wireless transmitter built into it, so there's no expensive add-on module requiring a separate battery to make it transmit the data. It's built in, and you simply transmit the data by pushing the red button on the top of the caliper. So this has the integrated data wireless. You can see that there's a symbol on the display that shows when it's connected. You have a nice, large, high contrast digital display with 11 millimeter digit size. This has a unique menu-driven operation, so you can go into the setup mode, select the inch metric, choose things like a lock feature so that you don't accidentally zero the product, and a number of other special features which you can do in the menu setup function. We also have this comes in the option of having either a rectangular depth rod or a round depth rod. The version this month is the rectangular depth rod. And all of these calipers have the reference built into them, which means that the system really remembers where it is even when the power is turned off. So you don't have to turn it on, bring the caliper jaws to 0, re-zero to start measuring. You can just simply slide the scale. It's going to turn on and know where its last measurement 0 was. So it's a very easy to use caliper. And this is just talking about the reference system, and you know that with a conventional caliper, the operation is to turn it on, then you would close the measuring jaws, set the 0, and start making your measurement results. Well, with Mahr's reference system, all you have to do is switch on, and you can switch it on either by pressing the on key or moving the sensitive slide. And when that happens, it turns on and remembers the last 0 position. So there's no need to re-zero every time the product is turned on. The MarCal 16 EWRi is a IP67 caliper, which means the product is dust tight and protected against temporary immersion in water. And this is just a quick table of what the IP protection classes are. So this is one of the highest class of calipers that are available. Now, I like this picture here, but then again, I don't like it that much. You know, the 16 EWRi is still a measuring instrument, and you have to use it like a measuring instrument. If the jaws aren't clean, or there's grime or oil on the part, you're not going to get good results. So even though the caliper can be used in splashing, oily environment, you still have to practice sound measuring techniques to get good results. So clean the jaws off, clean the part, and you'll get good results. The 16 EWRi has a locking feature. And this prevents errors when with a reference lock function. So what you can do is you can go into the menu setup mode, turn the lock on, and what this does is that once it's zeroed, it can't accidentally be zeroed again. So there's no chance of the operator accidentally pressing the 0, getting a wrong offset, and making incorrect measurements. So this prevents operator error in accidental re-zeroing, which I think is a pretty valuable feature. The MarCal has only one battery in it, even when it's using the integrated wireless data transmission. And this means that you don't have to have 2 batteries to change if you're using an add-on module. But the 16 EWRi is so efficient that you get longer battery life than you might get out of some competitive types of products. So in a conventional caliper might have a 1-year battery life. You can get up to 3 years of battery life with a MarCal 16 EWRi. All the guideways of the 16 EWR family are all lapped. So this means that calipers have a smooth, even, sensitive run of the slide. And you can pick up our calipers and move that slide back and forth, and you'll feel the quality that is built in. So we build the quality into our calipers, and the slide is one good way of feeling the product quality. So we were the first ones to come out with an integrated wireless caliper, and basically the price of the add-on for the wireless capability is less than the price of a new data cable. So we have integrated wireless data transmission system for not much more than a standard output digital caliper. So data acquisition is even simpler. You just transmit the measurement data through directly into an Office Excel program, any Windows type of program with the free MarCom software, and it's really transparent to the operator. It makes it easy for him to use. There's no additional cable with a add-on box to get in the way, making the system heavier and awkward to use. With Mahr's integrated wireless, it's transparent to the user. And our data transmission is secure. We have a unique way of transmitting the data back and forth. We attach the caliper to MarCom software with a unique code, which is part of the data transmission. And that code gets locked into MarCom, and it gets locked into the caliper. So there's no crosstalk. There's no chance of data going into the wrong spreadsheet. Each transmission is unique. If MarCom does not recognize it, it will not take the data, and you'll get a signal on the caliper saying that the data transfer was not collected. So it's a secure transmission, no cross-talking, no chance of getting the wrong data into your data collection system. And I think, like I said, the 16 EWRi is a very new ergonomic design. It looks nice, it's smooth, it gives you large numbers, they're high contrast, so it really makes it a easy to use a caliper for the operator. Now, what can you do with a caliper? Well, most people are going to do, I think outside measurements is the most common thing that you would do with a caliper, but these calipers also come with the inside measuring jaws that allow you to measure discs or diameters in a shaft. With the depth rod, you can measure depth of a blind hole, for example, or maybe a groove that's in the OD of a part. And you also have the ability to do a step measurement because the back jaw is offset a little bit, and now you can measure from say a pin in a part to the end of the part very easily with a digital caliper. So why Mahr data collection and integrated wireless products? Well, I think data collection is one of the fastest growth areas because customers are realizing the importance of data collection. You need it for documentation. You can improve the process by monitoring the process of what's going on. You can improve the process, and you can use it for gauge tracking, since Mahr is now adding the ability to assign a serial number and adding bidirectional communication to the gauge setup. So this is really easy for the operator to use. It's transparent, there's no add-on modules, it's part of the normal measuring routine, there's nothing to get in the way of that. And with our integrated wireless and our single long battery life, it's a very value-oriented way of collecting data. Much lower cost than some of the competitive add-on products that are out there. So basically with this promotion, we're giving you the ability to create your own personal data collection network. So we're combining the 16 EWRi integrated wireless caliper with our wireless receiver, which you plug into the USB port on your computer, and then you can go to the Mahr.com website and download your free version of MarCom to put the whole package together. So what this allows you to do then is, in the past, we've had wireless products with some pretty expensive, RS-232 interfaces and proprietary interfaces and so forth. So we're getting away and getting rid of all those cables that were needed in those expensive systems in the past. There was lots of clutter, cables would get tied up and intertwined, and it would become really a nest of cables, not very efficient and very time consuming for the operator to work through. So today, with the Mahr's integrated wireless product line and the 16 EWRi, there's no cable clutter, there's a single battery with no additional modules, and some of those modules that are available today cost more than the actual gauge themselves. So with Mahr's integrated wireless at the price or less than a cable, it's a very economical system. There's no expensive receiver with our product line, and the data collection is transparent to the operator. And again, with MarCom, Mahr's free software, it makes it a very value-packed system. And just talking about MarCom, this is our free software, which gives you the ability to take data from our integrated wireless products. We do have a line of add-on modules for products that you might have legacy products or height gauges and so forth where you might want to transmit data, or you can use a wireless cable technology to connect your products. And through MarCom, which is available free to download, you can put your data into a number of different third-party software packages. You can go directly into Excel files. You can go into a Windows text file, for example, or you can use a third-party software using our virtual Muxbox and collect data. So lots of ways to have Mahr products, collect data, and put it into your system for data collection. And we're also updating the calipers and eventually the calipers, some of the existing products like our micrometers now, and we're going to be giving them the ability to have identification of serial number as part of MarCom. So with the calipers, for example, you can assign to that caliper a serial number that will become collected with the data. So it's really tying the serial number of the caliper, which you can identify as being under quality control calibration, with the measurement data, with the time and the date. So it's really a way of tying the whole system together. And this is what it looks like on the MarCom software. You can assign a part number, you can assign the serial number of a caliper, and that information can be recorded with the data collection. So it's a benefit that we're really tying the serial number, showing that we have a valid calibration, and in case there's any complaints, you know which caliper made the measurement. You can record the date and so forth, for example, and all that information can go into your SPC software program. So the benefits are that it's of the MarCom software, we've done some things to make it a little bit more easier and arranged by adding different menu tabs, so it's more segregated for specific functions. With the two-way communication, like on our micrometers, you can download that information into the product, and you can also, with the wired products, you can again set up things like amplifiers and so forth to have their tolerances, etc., all set up. For the individual products on our micrometers, for example, you can lock it, set the origin, you can set preset values, etc., all through MarCom. And that additional data, things like the description, part number, serial number, can be turned on and collected as part of the values that go into the Excel table. A big feature we just recently added is the ability to reset the last data transfer. So on the opening screen for MarCom, there is now a erase last button, for example. So that data, if you made a mistake or the operator made a mistake, you can press the erase last, and that data will be taken out of the Excel sheet. It only happens for one entry eraser. So MarCal 16 EWRi is July's special offer, and this is the lowest price that we've ever offered for the combination of a caliper and the iStick receiver. So you get the 16 EWRi version with the thumb wheel, the rectangular depth rod, the integrated wireless capability, the reference capability of not having to reset zero every time, for a very low price of $259. So today we discussed the MarCal 16 EWRi. We looked at its features, the accessories that you have with different depth rods, different version of calipers and so forth. We've talked about the applications of what you can use a caliper to measure. We talked about wireless data collection, why it's important, why the MarCom version of integrated wireless is really transparent and easy to use and a very valuable system for data collection. I think it's the choice to be used for wireless data collection at the point of manufacture. And it's product of the month, so it's really a great value and one that you should take advantage of. So why Mahr? Why Mahr? Because we have a broad product range of product for industrial metrology. We're open. We have the application competence and support that you need for your application. Our wireless handling portfolio is here to help you reach Industry 4.0. Our promotional prices are on some of our highest quality product that give you the best value. And at the end of this webinar, we're going to give you a link to a recording of this webinar, and we'll follow up with a PDF of the product of the month data sheet. So thank you for your attention today. If you have any questions, please contact me or use the chat feature on this webinar. And I hope that you got some valuable information about the 16 EWRi and our integrated wireless capabilities.